This patient was referred to me for endodontic retreatment of tooth number 14. This root canal was done according to the patient about 5 years ago. Patient had symptoms, pain to chewing, biting down on the tooth, and just a dull ache and spontaneous pain. Looking at the tooth here, you can see that number 14 and number 15 are connected. Prefabricated metal post here. Obturation is overextended by a lot. Periapical lucency here, periapical lucency here, periapical lucency here. This looks like perforation into the maxillary sinus from this X-ray. In this angulation, again, you can see the extension of the obturation material, and it looks like it is perforating into the sinus. Look at the placement of the prefab metal post there. So it's not following the canal path. It looks like this dentist created its own path here, post space here. And that's another angulation. Again, you can see the overextension of the obturation material and periapical lucencies. Also, you can see the missed MB2 right there. So we went over options with the patient, and patient decided that he wanted to try to see if tooth could be saved. So the goal was to go ahead and go through the porcelain here, remove the prefab metal post here, remove this material, and I didn't know what kind of material this was. They look like a plastic thermofill obturator, and that's what I was hoping that they would be, so I can just pull this thing right out of the canal. Because if it was gutta percha, it would have been extremely difficult and perhaps even impossible to remove that piece. And we discussed all of that with the patient, the possibility of this piece breaking off and perhaps even requiring a surgical intervention if later on it was being problematic for the patient. And patient logged out. They were actually plastic thermofill obturators, carriers. This was in MB1 canal, and this was the one that was extended beyond the working length and had perforated into the maxillary sinus. This was in the distal buccal canal, and this was in the palatal canal. Of course, we removed the prefab metal post there as well. And here is the post-op. As you can see, everything went beautifully. We were able to locate that missed MB2, and as you can see, that missed MB2 is completely separate from MB1. Everything went great. You can see where the prefab metal post was. So the dentist, instead of following the canal path, very likely used Gates Glidden or some kind of a burr like that, and created its own and almost perforated out of the palatal canal there. But as you can see, everything went great. We went ahead and temporized the tooth and referred the patient back to his dentist for the permanent restoration.